Logan Paul opened up this week about his relationship with The Rock. Logan was apparently friends with The Rock. Logan Paul opened up this week about his relationship with The Rock. Apparently they were buddy-buddy. They did some videos together and they were on friendly terms and stuff. And then Logan did that video for his YouTube channel where he thought it was a good idea to go camping in those woods in Japan where everybody kills themselves. Everybody hangs themselves from the trees. It was like the suicide forest or something like that. And he thought it was a good idea to go camping in these woods. And while he was in there, they came across an actual real-life dead body that was hanging in the woods that hadn't been discovered yet. And Logan decided to post that video. And after that, he caught a lot of heat from the internet, immediate shame. And The Rock's publicist sent word that he wanted to cut all ties from Logan, that he requests that Logan take down all videos and pictures and anything that has to do with him and The Rock together. He wanted to completely separate himself from that. So take a look at this clip on just, how all that played out from Logan's perspective and how he feels about The Rock now and where they're at right now.
This was one of the saddest moments of my life. What I'm about to say. After Japan happened, obviously found myself in a hole, rightfully so, that I had never been in before. Mm-hmm. Extremely low mentally. And I got a call from my publicist who also repped Dwayne, The Rock Johnson. And she's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. And maybe in the future, the relationship can be reconciled. But for now, he basically wants nothing to do with you, which I also understood. I get it. I made a grotesque error, and he has had things happen in his life where, like a lot of people, that incident affected him in vastly different,
in a personal way.
Way.
I get you.
So I understood it, and that was the other part. I was like, fuck. You sleep in the bed you make, right? But I just wish I would have gotten like a call or a text or something, because I thought we had a healthy relationship, an open line of communication, and I was so sad that my hero wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah, this one's a tough one because I can see where Logan would feel offended, because if you're not down with me on my worst day, then I don't want you around on my best day, right? He doesn't need The Rock to be his fair weather fan, and The Rock, friendship isn't fair weather, you're friends with people in their worst times and their best times, even if you disagree with them, even if you don't like them. And then the bigger thing about it is that Logan said that Rock never even reached out to him. It wasn't even that Rock was like, hey, bro, I gotta kind of publicly separate myself from you. It was that he felt that they were friendly and that The Rock was just this nothing. Had nothing to say to him. Couldn't even explain himself in a text or a phone call and be like, look, bro, I love you, but you fucked up. And publicly, I just can't have my image, attached to that. And from The Rock's perspective, I understand what he's talking about. You need to, if you're going to have, Rock's got a very squeaky clean image for the most part. He's not involved in dirty things. He's not associated with shady characters other than Vince McMahon, for example. But The Rock has a very pure image, especially if he does intend to run as president in the future. He doesn't need videos out there that people can pull up while he's running for president, even though there's plenty in the wrestling.
No, stick it in, Hermie!
No! But he could argue that that's entertainment. But videos of him hanging out with people like Logan Paul that put up things like, you know, dead bodies hanging from trees in the woods. But, you know, at the same time, like, if you're an actual friend of somebody, you can still be their friend through the tough times, even if you don't agree with them. And you can tell them why. You know, like, have the private conversation. Look, dude, you can understand this. Publicly, I can't be tied to you right now. You know, I love you. I support you. I hope you get your shit straight. I hope you come back from this. But just right now, we just got to separate a little bit, you know. There was no support there. And then the fact that after Logan Paul kind of cleaned up his image a little bit and kind of brushed it all off and was able to get back on track and become, you know, a huge star all over again, suddenly The Rock comes out of the woodwork again. And I'm not knocking The Rock, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to knock The Rock for coming out of the woodwork per se, but it's what he did, right? You know, all of a sudden Logan's, you know, doing good again. So The Rock wants to come around again and be friends again, you know. And they touched on in this podcast too that The Rock does have a tendency to tie himself to younger, hipper, cooler people. You know, a lot of the people that stand the test of time have a tendency to do that, which is fine. That's part of the game too, right? If you want to stay fresh and young, you got to be around the fresh and young people. But yeah, I see where Logan Paul's coming from too. Look, people fuck up, especially people that are young, you know, he's in his 20s, people that get a lot of fame really fast. He was a kid and he fucked up and he did something stupid, and you can't, like, you can be mad at him for it, but you gotta, like, move on at some point and chalk it up to just kids doing dumb shit, right? Everybody does. You have, I have, we all do. So, you know, he's got himself in a better place now, and I just think that if you're really a friend, that you ride it out with somebody, even if you do got to publicly separate, which is fine, and I agree to that to a certain extent, and I understand that. Just the way that it went about was kind of shady. So I feel like I agree with Logan Paul on this one, even though I understand fully where The Rock is coming from and why he feels the way he does. I think the way he handled it was just a sign that Logan's not really his friend, and that it's just something for The Rock's image, is what it seems like, or at least that's how it was taken.
Let me tell you something, brother. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on this channel, dude. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers, brother.